Students of MBA Hospital and Healthcare Management, welcome each and every one of you. We congratulate the students for their commitment to professional upgradation by way of enrollment and successful completion to the various programs offered by Symbiosis School of Open and Distance Learning under the aegis of Faculty of Health Sciences, SIO.
We enumerate the programs of SSODL that are applicable to our track only. For track 2, Diploma in Applied Nutrition and Dietetics, Diploma in Clinical Research, Diploma in Pharmacovigilance and Clinical Data Management, Certificate in Medical Writing.
We have some administrative announcements to be made. So all delegates are requested to follow COVID-appropriate behavior, wearing of masks, sanitizing hands frequently, and maintaining appropriate social distance. For both the days, you are requested to register at cafeteria in the foyer of Faculty of Health Sciences as per your registration number. Those who have signed up in the morning for pre-conference symposium need to re-register to mark their attendance again at respective counters for SYMHEALTH 2022. Tomorrow on 23rd April 2022, registration will start in the morning at 8 a.m. at Central Library, SIU, Hilltop.
However, catering arrangements on day 2 will be at SIU Hilltop. Track 2 delegates who have selected Track 2 are requested to proceed for SMCW Lecture Hall 1 near to food court. Seating arrangements at venues will be strictly on first come, first serve basis. If you are late for the selected track, then you shall be accommodated in any other available track. Today, networking dinner will start at 7:30 p.m. at SMCW Courtyard. Those delegates who have registered for networking dinner have received ID card duly stamped on the reverse. Delegates who wish to join the networking dinner but have not registered prior can register today at SMCW Courtyard by paying ₹1,000 and enjoy the networking dinner. Maharashtra Medical Council registration counter is located at Registration Arena for availing Maharashtra Medical Council credits. MBBS doctors should register by signing on both the days at MMC registration counters. Eligible delegates will receive MMC certificate through courier on their postal address within 45 days after the conference. As a part of Green Initiative, all the delegates will receive e-participation certificate on their mail ID. SYMHEALTH 2022 e-participation certificate is linked to feedback form. Kindly fill in feedback form and e-participation certificate will be mailed to your registered mail ID. Last date to fill in feedback form is May 15, 2022. Queries related to academics will be addressed at the info desk, which is located at the cafeteria near Faculty of Health Sciences foyer. Please note on the both days of the campus contact session, at the end of academic session, photograph of SSODL students shall be taken. All are instructed to mark their attendance by being present for the group photograph at respective venue as per following. For track 2 at stairs facing building number 2 near Simbi Eat. On day 2, 23rd April 2022, photograph of all SSODL students shall be taken on the steps near Saraswati statue at SIU Hilltop at 4:15 p.m. on culmination of the SYMHEALTH 2022. Please note that the full attendance on both days is a mandatory prerequisite as proof of attendance necessary for confirming eligibility as per statutory norms. Hence, registration on both days and presence during group photograph at the end of individual days proceedings is mandatory. Those delegates have done spot registration for campus contact session. Their signature will be taken at spot counter on both the days.
A very good morning, esteemed guests, delegates, and everyone present here today. I, Richa Sharma.
I, Kshitish Bhargav.
Students of MBA Hospital and Healthcare Management from Symbiosis Institute of Health Sciences, on behalf of Faculty of Health Sciences, Symbiosis International University, welcome each and every one of you to the pre-conference symposium of SYMHEALTH 2022.
This year's national conference theme is on transforming healthcare, symbioizing with allied and healthcare professionals. In India, today we have close to 69,000 hospitals, out of which 26,000 are public hospitals and 43,000 are private hospitals. exist because of patients and quality of care that is of paramount importance. In the recent past, we have seen that the expectation of the patient have increased. And this is because of the technological advancement, modern mode of treatment, awareness of patient regarding their rights and responsibility. As the financial spending has increased, their expectation has also increased. So they seek more than customer satisfaction and are moving towards customer delight. As the healthcare industries shift towards patient-centric models, providers will need to fully understand patient satisfaction measures and convert them into patient delight. Gone are those days when hospitals used to seek only patient satisfaction. Today, a patient is looking for quality and clinical outcomes. This has become the new quality indicator.
The secret of getting ahead is getting started. With this, we would like to introduce our speaker for today, Ms. Archna Gupta. She is the Group Head Patient Experience at CK Birla Hospital. She has worked with Fortis Healthcare as Head Customer Relationship Management and Regional Patient Experience Head. She holds an MBA degree from SP Jain Institute of Management and Research and is a certified external assessor for Tata Business Excellence Model and Total Quality Management. Ma'am has been awarded with Customer Experience Engagement Loyalty Award and has received Best Process Improvement Project CMO Asia Quality Excellence and Leadership Award. I would request ma'am to come and address the audience.
Okay. So this topic is my favorite. I think one important thing which they didn't mention is a bulk of my work experience has been with Taj Group of Hotels, which is known for customer centricity. And I would like to start with disclaimer, my thoughts, not my company's. So what does this reminds you? 2611 incident in Taj. Anyone? What does it tells you? Yeah, and why only Taj was talked about? Okay. Is this better? Yeah. So why 2611 at Taj? There was attack at Oberoi's also, but Taj was really talked about. What really happened there? Yeah, means the customer centricity was in their DNA in such a way that they had all the escape routes. Not a single one left the hotel, and some of them, in order to save their guests, that's what they call the customers, they took bullets also. Even an engineering guy. So that's the height of customer centricity. That's where I'm coming from, where I've understood what happens in the DNA, what is there in the ecosystem for everyone in the hotel, whether even it is a security guard or the general manager of the unit. They all keep thinking how to innovate, how to go towards customer, not satisfaction, delight or dazzle. That's the mantra they follow. I was also a part of Tata Group Certified Resource, and I used to assess other Tata companies for different industries on their business. And customer focus was my forte. So if you've heard about Malcolm Baldrige model of business excellence, the Tata Business Excellence model is derived from that. And for any business, the center, the core is customer. And all the high-performing companies, if you see, the second most important is customer-first excellence. Any industry, any business, isn't it? These are some of those best practices, world-class companies which have been there for years, up there. Some of the best practices on top is customer centricity, and they talk about not only meeting current requirements, but future requirements, stated or unstated. Any company which is doing well today, there is no guarantee it will continue tomorrow if they do not look into the changing requirements of customer, if they do not just be reactive but proactive and anticipate unstated requirements. Even if it is iPhone by Steve Jobs, he did not get into the feedback mechanism. Nobody spelled out what is required. The first touch screen was preempted. Unstated requirements, preempted. The design. It's any industry which is there on the top, they have these in the DNA. So I'm coming to the basic customer, why said customer centricity, what exactly we should, any industry, then we'll come to healthcare. So very commonsensical approach for any customer excellence, whoever's driving it. Who are my customers? What do they really expect from us? When I say who are my customers, it's not simple. For example, in a hotel, it is not just people who come and stay. What, customer segmentation. Who exactly are they? What are the key requirements? So if I have to say in a hotel, I may have a crew staying in the same room, or I may have a business traveler staying in the same room. Basic requirement, a comfortable room and bed is there, but there is a differing requirement also. Are you able to see that? What would be the different requirement for a crew vis-a-vis a business traveler? A crew would need a sound sleep. They need to really relax. A business traveler would need swift, prompt service because he's always on the go. A leisure traveler would need entertainment. Same way in healthcare. All the different specialities that we have, they have differing need than just treatment and consultation and nursing care. So when we look at the customers, we really need to identify for each segment what is the key requirement, how are we delivering them, what is the process, what are we measuring that we are delivering, how often do we review, what do we review, are we only reviewing P&L, are we only reviewing PSAT? PSAT for one fit for all. It won't happen. If a crew member requires a sound sleep, are we delivering on that? If a cardiac patient needs a certain care, also needs education, the family member needs education, how to take care post-discharge, are we delivering that? How do we know we are satisfying them? Let's come to satisfaction first. When we'll come to delight or experience. What about hospitals? Mostly I've seen, I joined healthcare way back in 2013, joined Manipal as head of customer experience, then moved on to Fortis, now at CK Birla. I've seen across hospitals, the management mostly focuses on clinical outcomes. They compare each other, who has the best equipment, robotic surgery, MD, the doctors, and what is the clinical outcomes. What is the patient looking at? Those outcomes can be measured. But patient is constantly perceiving us, which is subjective. Patient is non-medical person just like me. Why do they come to the hospital? I like interactive session, otherwise I'm not able to do a monologue. Why do they come to the hospital? So chronicle, a simple cold cough, they'll go to a personal GP. Very chronic ailment, they'll come to the hospital. So the doctor is key. They go word of mouth. ask other people. Healthcare, especially word of mouth counts. Those hoardings, I have the best robotic surgery, doesn't help. The Google rating helps to certain amount, but they will call up their friends and families or the community and ask them, how is this doctor? How is this, right? And the other person is also a non-medical person most of the time. They can only tell you, yes, I had this ailment, I got treated well, the doctor was good, nursing care was good, but the soup was cold. So my decision can be also based on, because how much time does a patient spend with doctor? If an A loss is around 3 to 4 days, how much time with a doctor? 10 minutes, half an hour. In 3, 4 days, entire stay, half an hour. How much time with nursing? Maximum. How much time in the room with the TV? With the food? But the management says our core is only doctor and clinical nursing care. Why do we care about how the AC is working and how the TV? But non-medical person's impression, judgment is all that also counts. Can you see that? The overall experience. Both of them are important. I mean, not saying outcomes, what they look into, clinical outcomes and everything. That is hygiene factor. If I have to choose an airline, best safety standards is hygiene, is a given. The best clinical care and treatment, infection control protocols are hygiene. But when I choose an airline, sometimes as small things as the service is better, the food is better, can change my decision. Imagine. Obviously, I will never compromise on best safety. But these small matters, small things can also change my decision and it'll impact the business. A lot of the time goes of a hospital, on process improvement, which helps in productivity, which helps in lowering the cost and improves the margin. But very few people work on the perception of patient. What perception is the patient going back with? Small example also. A patient might be waiting for the GDA to come with the wheelchair for a long time, is almost on the verge of boiling up. But the smart GDA, when he comes round the corner, he shows as if he's been working hard and comes running with a wheelchair. What does it work on? Perception. Not just efficiency, not just that. A lot of hospitals I saw when I used to walk around, the efficiency parameter were given, finish the consultation in 15 minutes, finish the registration in 10 minutes, finish the discharges in 1 hour. Forgetting that people who are there in front of you, you're not even having an eye contact. Not working on the perception. Both. Perception helps you build the word of mouth, hence increase the market share. Both go hand in hand. Not just process improvement. It takes a different skill to work on perception. Outcomes are delivered by teams. Perceptions are delivered by each individual who interacts with your customer. each individual, what he says or not says matters. In most of the service industry, including healthcare, there should be a ladder of priority given to the staff. We tell them, I've seen most of them tell them, oh, efficiency is important, make sure that it's done on time. We tell them safety is important, make sure the patient safety is taken care of. We tell them courtesy is important. But when a situation comes, they do not know what is the priority they should operate on. A good service industry spells it out. First, topmost important is patient safety, followed by courtesy, not efficiency, mind you. I can't do a consultation or whatever, registration or billing by keeping my eyes down only. I have to have an eye contact. I have to acknowledge someone's waiting there. If in case they need an emergency help, I have to do something. Courtesy precedes. And it is not limited to those naturally extroverts or happy people. It has to be trained to each individual because each individual delivers perception, impacts the perception. Followed by, see, efficiency is still not coming in. Show. I'm sitting in a counter, I'm smiling, but my whole place is cluttered, full of papers. Patient's perception gets distracted. Is it neat and clean? How I'm kept myself, cleanliness also matters. This is a ladder of priority. Efficiency is also there, but the staff should know what comes first, second, third, fourth. This is where most of the organizations fail to give a clear communication. They tell them all is important. Patient experience. What is it all about? What is this all buzz about experience? Anyone? What is this experience actually? Why? Why not plain satisfaction? Anyone? Yeah?
Most of the time, the perception which we go towards like big hospitals or any kind of service industry is, हम पैसा दे रहे हैं. So we should get that worth. And sometimes it is also that the fear of getting a service can be intimidating. Thank you so much. The fear of getting whatever the service which is happening or interacting with the people. So when the money is also an aspect and when the anticipation of that service is also an aspect. So empathy is something which I feel people seek out most of the time.
Yeah, good. But what I'm asking is, in today's any service industry, need not be just healthcare. Why is it not simple service agreeable? What is this experience all about?
So nowadays everyone is competing for everything.
Yeah.
So that is where experience comes in. So if we talk about, for instance, in a company, we are talking about colleague experience. If we talk about, let's say, a hotel or anything like that, we are talking about customer or guest experience. So the experience is what people carry away, and that is the subjective feedback that they give to other people at the end of the day.
Kind of. So if I go to a restaurant to have my dinner, food, they serve me food, service, what would experience mean? Everything around it. Yeah, you wanted to answer. I can hear you.
meal, your take back is not a feel good factor. In a hospital, for example, you've got a cardiac surgery done, you've gone back and you're hale and hearty, but you're still not very happy about it because your experience was unpleasant. So it's what you feel, that feel good factor from any industry or any service that you take back home, and that is what is experience, I feel.
Yeah. So, for example, if I come to a hospital for a simple OPD consultation, I have to book an appointment, come to hospital, meet the doctor. Main reason I came to hospital is for OPD consultation. The point is, it does not start when I sit down at the waiting area for consultation. Where does the journey starts from?
Appointment.
Even before entering, when I have to book an appointment.
Yes.
How easy was it for me to even search for a doctor on the website? Book an appointment through website or call center. How easy was it for me when I entered to park my car, to get navigated to that OPD? Believe me, the experience counts all these touch points till it's just not that particular transaction of consultation. It's the sum total of entire touch point that a patient goes through. That is experience. And after consultation also. What kind of guidance? What is it? It is sum total. But why do we talk about so much? See, as the business evolved, we used to have an era of barter system. Exchange goods for goods. Then came commodities, currency came in. You give 100 rupees, you will get 1 kg of flour, whatever. Okay, my grandmother's time, when the birthday used to happen, she goes to market and buy those goods, flour, eggs and all, and bake the cake at home. She would spend not more than 100 rupees. In my mom's time, services, the business evolved. What would she do? She'd go to a cake shop, or she'll get it delivered at home, or she'll buy the fully made cake. Service industry. But she spent how much? 500 or more. In my time, the entire event is outsourced. The whole birthday party is outsourced. Entire experience. I don't even have to think about the theme, the invitation card, the return gift. I've outsourced it, and how much do I pay? 5,000. That's how the businesses have evolved. And the pricing also, and people are ready to pay. Who started the trend? Any guesses? For experience economy. Disney. Anybody who went to Disney did not say, I had a very good ride. What would they come back and say? I had a magical experience. That was the mantra that they played on. They were the trendsetter, followed suit by other service industries. Whether it is a hotel, Hard Rock Cafe, so it became an entertainment, he kind of hinted, or airlines, or so on and so forth. So the meal experience, not just dining experience, not just having a food, it all terminated into experience, and people were ready to pay so much more. That's how the top line went. But that became, in order to be relevant, that had become a norm also. You cannot just focus on best goods and services alone. Imperative it became. So in hospital also, it's not just about patient satisfaction. It's moved on to patient experience across the touch points. And patient included attendant, family member, even the members who were at home wanting to know the health status. Typically, when I've been to all these hospitals I've been working, they focus only on the patient. Poor attendant keeps on waiting, sweating at the waiting area. Nobody even asked him whether you were hungry, you would be waiting for last 4 hours. All patients, you know? So this is what it is. We can't ignore it. And this shift has happened in healthcare, not just in India, but worldwide. Even in US, where entire healthcare, the health establishments get reimbursed by those insurance companies. Earlier, they used to reimburse basis clinical outcomes alone. In the last 10 years or more, they have added patient satisfaction scores also. If the patients are not satisfied, you will not get reimbursement. Suddenly, even the healthcare companies, there also started hiring people from other service industries, people like me. What is this? We've been focusing on clinical outcomes. We've been really delivering on that. What is all this all about? Now, some of you can say that that is hotel, those are Disney. We are not in the same field. We only deal with another emotional need, that's all. There they are happy, we are dealing with tragedy here. But we are in the same business of working on the emotional needs. Now, what is this? Is this different? Is patient loyalty different from satisfaction? When is patient satisfied or a customer satisfied? Any answers? Absolutely right. But many people forget that. I'm giving example, I may open a best cake shop and best service, ingredients, Belgian chocolate, best Belgian chocolate cake. But the customers who's walking in, out of 10, 8 of them were asking for strawberry cake. When the customer gets what he wants, then they are satisfied. When they are satisfied, when they get what they want, next time, is there a guarantee they will come back? Guarantee? Are you sure? Why? What happens? Huh? Chances are there, but no guarantee. If I'm the customer who'd gone to that cake shop, the next time what will I think? Huh? Let me try some other ways. They are also into business of giving the best customer satisfaction. Let me try that. Maybe they are better. So there's a 50% chances of me going back when I am satisfied. What does every business want? Patients should surely come back and should advocate us, should talk about us. But what have we given them? Close to finish. I'm already running out of time. There's so much to talk. Okay, quickly. I'm just quickly telling you in the healthcare also, they have done a study. These are the top 10 drivers for patient satisfaction by different studies. In India, Apollo also did. This was the top 10 drivers of satisfaction. Waiting time for services, speed of discharge. But these are different drivers for patient loyalty. A satisfied person may not be loyal. So these were the drivers. This is what I want to end it. If you don't create a memorable experience, they do not know. When you ask them feedback, they do not know. They tell you what they expect, but what they expect is also ordinary. We need to innovate creativity. We need to have a commitment to drive it, to give them something extraordinary. Because if we don't give it something special for them, they won't remember us. If they don't remember us, why will they come back to us? Usually, there is a story which they remember. What extraordinary did you give? Some story which has been imprinted. That's what individuals who work on perception should work on. Creating memorable experiences at every touch point. These are some studies which says in healthcare, 5 behaviors that matters most to patients. I'm leaving the dais on this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us for the valuable session. So this session is now open for question and answers. Mic, ma'am. So audiences, do we have any question and answers?
Sorry?
The sense of the loyalty depends on the customer.
Absolutely.
It doesn't depend on the organization. So what basically organization should do to gain the loyalty?
That's what I said. See, mere satisfaction does not guarantee the customer to come back.
Yeah.
See, when you have worked on their creating memorable experiences, understanding them, recognizing them, understanding their likes and dislikes, they don't have to repeat. I'm just giving you some example. Like I'll give you an example from a Taj. I'll just, because one of my friends said, we will always stay with you. I said, what happened? No, my friend had a spine problem, so he was not able to sit on the table and chair to work. So he was sitting on the bed and working on his laptop. The same housekeeper who came for cleaning service, he did his cleaning, but after some time came back with a table for him to keep his laptop on. Stated, unstated needs. Continuous process, absolutely. Sometimes these things can become expectation tomorrow. It's a continuous journey. So loyalty comes only with memorable. So memorable cannot be something which is standard. Absolutely. So expectation changes. Absolutely. In fact, the requirement also changes over time. You have to be on top of it. Any other question? Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. I am Dr. Alka Chandak, Director for Symbiosis Center of Healthcare. So as you rightly explained, the healthcare industry is a very complex industry wherein multiple stakeholders are involved, like from class 1 officer to the peon or the security guard, as you rightly said. And everyone's role is different. Everyone is expected to deliver in a different manner. So what do you give us the success mantra wherein the customer experience will be good? You covered everywhere, but I want in a very single short answer wherein, I have
Last one is memorable experience.
Memorable experience.
So even a security guard can, imprint a memorable experience as long as you know what the unique requirement is. Identify the unique requirement, not the stated requirement, I've come for a treatment, give me outpatient. What is the unique requirement of that person walking in? It can be family members also. I'm repeatedly not talking patient. It can be their family member. How have they reached out to help them with their presence of mind?
So is it a continuous retraining the concerned staff members or in a cadre?
Yeah.
Is what required, which will be continuously evaluating by the people, those who are managing the show?
Very nice.
Is that the way?
So what we've been working on is two-pronged approach. One is process improvement, strategies based on patient feedback, stated feedback. Are we looking at that? Because most of the healthcare were not really looking at patient feedback per se and working on improvements. Second is building relationship at every point by everyone. So when we say building relationship, it is simple things like, okay, addressing by their surname and trying to take their preferences and all. Third is identify the unique requirement and act whenever. Are they being empowered? Are they being rewarded for going out of the way, extra mile?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yeah, sure. So, just like patient satisfaction, employee, in fact, it's not even patient satisfaction, customer satisfaction. Nowadays, they call it customer engagement. Similarly, there is something called employee engagement versus employee satisfaction. So, there are a lot of strategies for employee engagement also, not just money. You know, I've seen employee engagement when the company goes through a turbulent time. We had COVID. The employees didn't leave them. That is employee engagement. So money is not the only reason why they stick around. There are so many XYZ factors for employee engagement. Similarly, customers also don't leave you, even if they are competition giving you more, a better price, because of customer engagement.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now may I call upon Dr. Alka Shandak, Director, Symbiosis Center for Healthcare, to felicitate Ms. Archana, ma'am.